everybody, and welcome along to part 2 of our altered file folder, the Edith Holden version. The only thing that we had managed to get done thus far is the back and this beautiful big gusseted envelope. It's a page out of the Edith book. Well, it's 2 pages actually. 2 pages, 2 whole pages of Edith. Whatever was I thinking? Anyway, I've come to my senses now, and I'm going to use some, or attempt to use some pages, some printed stuff from a CD-ROM, because this is just too painful. I just can't use it. I don't know what's wrong with me. There's something wrong with me, but yeah, well, we all know that. And this is the inside, which we've done nothing to yet. We've just put framers tape around it and stamped on the framers tape with a loose flower hydrangea head type thing, just to take the plainness off it. But this is the section that we're going to work on now. Now, yesterday I busily got ready the grunge journal, this piece, but in the grunge journal. So I'll show you what it's going to look like. It's just the 2 flippy floppy bits. So this is what I did yesterday. And that goes there, like that. And then the flippy floppy bits will come over and hold this down, which is quite annoying actually. But it'll be fine once it's held down. So there we have it. It's a flap there, pocket here, 2 pockets here. This flaps out. There's a pocket here. There's a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here. There is a pocket here and a flap. There, a tuck spot there, and it's all held like that. So we'll see how far we get today with the Edith version, but that's the grunge one. Of course, it's not decorated yet. That's just the carcass, if you like, the bare bones. So let's proceed and see where we get to. I can put that away, but I'm going to keep this out to remind me what I'm supposed to be doing, because honestly, it took me all day yesterday to try and fathom it. Right, so I'm going to start with this back piece here. And for that, I need some cream cards. Let me just shuffle across here and get some. I'm using 180 gram cream card. And it's just from Hobbycraft. They call it premium card. I don't know what's premium about it particularly, but it's quite nice and it's perfect for what we want. I have, as I said, printed off some Edith Holden images from my CD-ROM, and in the past I've always been slightly disappointed with these images. They're slightly pale and wishy-washy and not really like the ones in the book, but I have printed them on cream paper and I've amped up the colour saturation, so actually I quite like what we've got now. The only thing we haven't got that we have in the copy of the book I was using was a sort of aged look around the edge, and I'm going to try and emulate that with some ink. Bobby! I don't know what he's doing. He's being a dog, I think. Right, so we've got lots to be getting on with. So the central section, let's see the size that we want it. And I'm going to cut it out of cream card. And that will be the base that we build on. So given that this is A4 card and we made this to go with A4, it is the perfect height. So just need to get the width. And I just want it in a little bit from the creases that we already made. So that's to there. So let's cut that off, and then we will have our base to build on. I love Edith projects. The only thing I don't love is cutting the books up. I can't bear it. Right, that's that then. So this is now our base. Now I've decided not to ink around the actual card. I'm going to ink around the images, and I'll have a play in a minute and see what works best, what doesn't work, whatever. Okay, so let's look. We've got this cream here is this back bit here. So the next thing is this. Now I made this look like an envelope. It's not actually an envelope. I just gave it that appearance. Sometimes I just don't trust envelopes being that strong, and I was worried it would tear down there. So I made a shape that looked like an envelope. With the Edith, I'm not going to. I'm just going to make it straight across and make it a pocket. So that's the next thing to do. So I want some more of this paper. And let's have another look at this. Do I need to make that all the way down? No, I don't think I do. When you look at the back of that, I haven't. It stops here. And it's still a pocket because things are still going to go down there. So I probably need it to be about... I'm going to bring that down as well because I think that's a bit tight to get things into. I'm going to bring it down to about 1.25 inches. And I'd like it to finish about there. So 1, 2, 3, 3¾ inches is what I need, I reckon. So 3¾ inches. So chop that off. There. And this is going to be just a little bit too wide. And we want it fairly exactly. Oh no, that's perfect. Perfect, I think. So square that up and make sure. Yeah, that's great. So I need to put some paper on here. No. I need to put some paper on the base on this piece, which is the very back, and then drop this down 1.25 inches and put that onto there. Right. As long as we know what we're doing. Well, as long as we know what we're supposed to be doing, I guess. So as I say, I've printed some pages off. The two ones that I've printed full size are this one and full page, I should say. And there's a green one somewhere, this one. So I think they've come out really nice, actually, much nicer than they ordinarily used to do. So that's my choices. Do I make the back with that one and then the pocket with that, or the other way around? The green might be quite nice in the back, I think. Yeah, I'm going to put the green in the back. So let's just measure this. I'm going to get my red Frixian pen out because I won't be able to see where I've marked it otherwise. So there. And this is the pocket that's going on here. So I need to be behind it. So about here, let's just say about there, and cut that out. And then I'm going to have a little experiment with inking and see how authentic we can get this to look. So that wants to go on that mark there, and this mark here. It's absolutely tipping down. It could not rain any harder if it tried. I'm sure it is trying. So right, let's cut that out. I'll use my knife for that, and then it'll preserve the remainder of the paper, which I'm sure we will be making use of at some stage. there we go. So that's up, isn't it, with the butterflies there. So that's going to go on there like that. Let's just check that we're all right before we move on. Yes, lovely, very nice. And this is the pocket, which is down about 1.5 inches. So down to there. And it's going to get the yellow paper on it. Well, the yellow flowered paper, I should say. So we want that the same width exactly as the green, so we get a nice continuous flow. So there. And how long do we need that? Well, it's going to go there. We'll probably just need it that exact size, actually. We'll do it the size of the card. To there. Right. Cut that piece out, which is a very similar size. So that goes to there, that goes to there. Everything's looking swell. Let's cut that out then. Okay, so let's put those away for the time being. Let's just do a double check on this. Make sure we're happy with what we've got. Because at this stage we could still turn them around and make the green the middle pocket. Make sure they're growing upwards. That goes there, that goes there. Yeah, that's great. I like that. What else we need is probably a picture. Now, the problem is, if I put a picture there for this pocket, then I've got my Timmy towel to the ready. I probably won't want to put this on because it'll be covering it up. See what I mean? Whereas I could do this and put a nice picture on there. But I like the idea of having a picture on there. What do you do? I don't know. We'll continue thinking about it. So, right, let's think about inking these. Now, have I got a bit of scrap cream paper? Bit that hasn't got anything on it. Yeah, this here. I printed this out thinking that might be the picture for the bottom. So I'm just going to cut a section off there. And we're going to try and ink and see if we can get it to look kind of like it looks in the book, sort of aged a bit, like me. Except I hope I'm not brown round the edges. So I'm going to use the vintage photo because I like that colour, and I'm going to use one of these makeup brushes and just take a little bit of ink and just see if I can bring that in from the edge and make it look quite aged. Well, I think that's a success right there. I don't know if you can see that because the light's quite glary, but it really does look quite nice. So if I take another little bit of ink and just go right along the edge. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think we've hit the jackpot first off. So, excellent. Good job. So let's take our two pieces. We're not going to ink the cream card. We're going to ink the papers. So let's take those and let's ink around those just as we've just done. Just to sort of age it up a little bit. I mean, this has never been in the book. This image is not an image from the book. But I would like it to look a little bit aged. So I'm coming in quite a bit at the corners, because that's what happens, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it just looks so much better. It looks authentic. I'm really pleased with that. Yeah, yep. So let's get those stuck on then. I'm running out of places to put things. Honestly, it's a real mess. My room, my table and my room. It's a mess. Everything's just a mess. Right, so I'm going to use my Collall. It's dependable. Especially for larger pieces like this, I really like it. Right, so I want the butterflies facing up, and we want this just leaving a little border all the way around, just like that. Lovely. That inking around the edge, I don't know if you can, oh, I think you can see it on screen, but it's made a heck of a difference. Right, so that's the back. Okay. I'm just caressing it. There's something just lovely, isn't there, about caressing paper? We've got to all feel it. If we didn't, I can't believe that we would be doing this. And this is the next one. I'm just not overly convinced that that's the right width. It's just a bit... It seems a little short. Can't be having that, I'm afraid. Let's just mark this again. I think I've cut it the wrong way, is what I've done. So let's cut that at that stage there. We all make mistakes, as long as we learn by them. And I'm not sure that I always do, to be honest. I seem to make the same mistakes over and over again. Right. Okay, let's see this time then. Yeah, that's perfect. Marvellous. So I wanted it to be, what, about down to there, about-ish. About-ish there. So chop that one off. There's no great science behind how long this is, so whatever you feel comfortable with. There we go. Right, so this is going to go there. Oh, it's coming down, isn't it? It's coming down about 1.5 inches. So I reckon that's about there. That's just a bit too long for that now. So I'll stick it on and then I'll cut it off. No, cut it off now. It's easier when there's no glue on it, isn't there? Let's be honest. Let's trim that excess because I cut my new card not quite as long as the old one. There we go. Right, let's get this glued on. So same again, leave a little border around it, both sides and at the top, like that, that's grand. And then just caress it for a while. Just going to get the glue off my fingers. So I'm just using the weight of my hand. I don't know how much my hand weighs. Have I got heavy hands by comparison? I don't know. Wouldn't it be excellent if you could take things off and weigh them? When you could take your hands off and your feet off and your head off, and then you could get on the scales. Oh, look, I've lost weight. Oh dear, I quite like that idea. Right, so that's going to go to there. I'll measure it down so we get it straight. But we really want to make sure there's enough room there to get a tag in, which there is easily there. And if you're putting a tag in there, you obviously don't want to glue this down solidly. You just want to glue either side. And it's good to remember that because it's quite easy to forget it. So just down the sides. And you know, you can use double-sided if you want to, or whatever glue floats your boat. So let's get the little ruler out. And I don't know, quite like 2 inches actually. That looks quite nice, 2 inches. Yeah, so I'm going to stick that on there. There we go. And I don't think I've got a wet wipe out, so we're building this card up. This card. We're not making a card. We're building this up very nicely. Journal insert, I suppose it is. If you want to give it a name, journal insert will do. So there we are. We've still got our pocket because we haven't stuck the bottom. We've only stuck the sides, so you can still get all the way through there. So the next thing we want to do, and I've decided I'm going to go with an image. I think I am anyway. I really like this image. It's a bit too big, but I can chop it down. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop it down to the size that it is there. I can see the size of the problem. So it's just my CD-ROM images printed on cream paper, and I've bumped the saturation up. And it's given me a much better image. And I'm hoping when I do the ink trick, it's going to look pretty good. If not, I can take one out of the book. The book is always there as an option, but it is a painful option. Right, so that's the size that it printed out at. And okay, I need to cut that off there. Let's cut that off along the top of the bird and we'll see. I need a, oh no, that's big enough. So that's the top of the bird's head. But I'm not cutting anything off him, so I'm all right. Straighten that up, chop that off. Right, so we've still got a bird intact, which is good. Right. So I want a similar sort of gap, I suppose. Maybe not as much, but similar to there. So I can budge that over a little bit. So to just get his tail in. Let's do that, and then once again we shall assess. So that's just his tail just in. Okay. So that's that. We're pretty nearly right there. So I think that isn't square. Let's have a look and see. It looks fairly square. Okay, that's all right, that's all right, that's all right. So everything's okay. I just need to drop it down a bit, which would mean I could take that bit off there. And I think that would be all right. I think that would still look fine. So let's make ourselves a piece of cream card for the job. So if I bring this down to 2 inches, which is the same as the top one, to there, is that gonna, what does that leave us with? Yeah, I think that's fine. Right, so then we need a piece of card that goes from there to there and to there. So let's cut that out, and then we can stick the bird on, and hopefully everything will be fine. Fine and dandy. There we go. So let's just check and make sure. Yes, that's lovely. Yeah. So that's going to go on there like that. But it's going to be inked around, so it needs to come off here and here. Okay, so let's cut that. It is much less stressful when you're not using the Edith book, I can tell you that. But for some reason I still feel quite stressed. I think it's because I'm used to using the Edith book And, you know, if you make a mistake then, well, it's expensive, isn't it? You know, Edith stuff is expensive. So let's just have a look and see. Yeah, I think that's fine. I like that. That fits on there nicely. Right, so let's ink this one up then. I was wondering where I put my board. I put it on top of my bin. Okay, so same idea here. I'm just coming in from the edges. I'm making the corners darker. So they look, well, I'm going for that authentic aged look, obviously. I'm quite pleased because I think I'm achieving it. That's lovely. I'll just wipe off that ink as much as I can. Right, let's stick this onto here then. Lovely. Oh, this looks so much better with ink around it. There we go. Just caress it for a moment. Caress, caress, caress. Lovely, and then just make sure it's down. Okay, now then with this one is at the bottom, so we need to put the glue around 3 sides. Not this side, obviously, this is a pocket. So we have changed it up quite a bit from, I'll use my Cosmic Shimmer Glue. For this, it's a bit more instant grabby. I can't even remember what I was saying. So sorry if I was midway through something interesting, but I doubt it. Sincerely doubt it. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. The carrier that, well, actually of late, Amazon's been using the post office to deliver things. Prior to that, it used to be DPD, but they must have got too expensive, I guess. So it's usually the postman that brings anything Amazon. And then there's another carrier called Hermes that bring other stuff. Usually not Amazon stuff. So the other day, anyway, and the lady that brings the Hermes stuff is really lovely because she brings 2 treats for Bob, which is fabulous. So anyway, the other day she came and she was carrying quite a big package, and I couldn't remember ordering anything that was that big. I usually remember what I've ordered because I'm usually really excited to get whatever it may be. But anyway, she came to the door and Mr. F went to see what it was. And when I opened it up, it was 5 rolls of Edith wallpaper. 5 full rolls. They're all the same pattern. It's Trailing Vine, it's called. They're beautiful. And 3 borders. You know, well, in days gone by, they used to put them up around by the ceiling, but this century, they've been round the walls sort of, I don't know, 3'6" off the floor. I don't know, something like that, I'm guessing. So 3 of those, rolls of those, and 5 rolls of wallpaper. Come on. That is just fantastic. I mean, that is actually enough to decorate a wall. Joking apart, I could decorate my wall with Edith. I mean, can you imagine? How good would that be? You're sitting at night, you're watching the telly, or rather you're not, because you're sitting looking at Edith all night long. What are you watching on the telly? I'm not watching anything, I'm watching Edith. So, yeah, I'm loath to cut into them because there is enough, definitely enough, to do the fireplace wall in our house. So, yeah, I'm thinking that may well be what happens. Right, so what I need now are some tags to go in there. And I'll find the tags for these today, and then we'll call it a day at that. We'll come back and do the envelopes. So you see, I couldn't really do that envelope, the one that we had in the grunge, this one here, because it would just cover up all the bird. And, you know, I don't want that. You know what I mean? If I put it there, you wouldn't see any of this. So what would be the point? Similarly, lace. Now, I've got some really lovely light green sort of sagey lace here. And I did think of putting it there, that way up, which I thought might look quite nice. I still do think that might look quite nice, actually, because this is green, this has got green in it. I can't put any there because I'm going to hide the bird's head, obviously. Or I've got some really thin, it's kind of nylon-y lace, but it does have a place because it's very, very thin. So it doesn't impede the putting in or taking out of tags. So I could put that there. In fact, I quite like that there. So I can't put that there either. And I've got this one, which is just kind of more of the same, really. More of the same, but very nice. Let's have a look what that looks like. Yeah, might just do that, actually. Anyhow, let's think about the tags and see if I printed anything off that is in any way suitable. These are the ones I printed off. I tended to print the long, tall ones. And that one would go, definitely. This one. It's maybe a bit thin, that one, actually. And that, there's not much at the top. That yellow one, though, the buttercup, that would look nice. Yeah, buttercup it is. Buttercup it jolly well is. So let's cut that out down the edge of the print. Actually, I'm going to do it the other way, make sure it's straight. I'm going to cut that at 4 1/8, is that right? Yeah, I'm not sure that was straight, you know. It's a fuss, isn't it? Let's have a look at that. We'll cut that there and see what it looks like. Pretty good. Okay, let's see if it would fit in there. It needs some backing on it, obviously. Yeah, that's great. I mean, it needs just a little bit taken off the bottom, and it's perfect. Looks really nice in there, actually. So let's just take a little bit off the bottom. It's just, I don't know why I'm moving the whole folio. It's just this piece that I need. Yeah, so probably down to about there, I would say. Let's cut that off then. Make sure it's straight. I seem to be cutting on the wonk today a bit. There we are. Now I can get it to the shape that I want it. And I don't really want to lose too much of that, so on my little plastic template I've got some quite shallow ones. That's quite a shallow one there. I don't want it starting. Let's just put it in where it's going, and then I can work out what I want. So that's exactly where it's going, right. That's just a bit too deep. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, that's fine. This is the one I want. Just enough to say it's a tag, really. I think it's worthwhile, if you haven't already cut one of these for yourself, to cut one of these templates. They're really, really useful. I use mine loads. There we are. So yes, we have a tag, and it's lovely. Right, so I'm gonna back that onto some of our card just to give it a bit of substance, and then I'm going to cut it out and ink around it. So first thing to do is glue it on. You can sew around these if you want to. They'd look lovely sewn around. I'm not going to, just for the sake of haste for the video. But you know, please do so. If you like stitching, then this is a great opportunity. Okay, so we can get that right up to this corner. Should save us 2 edges to cut. There we go. So while that one's just drying and coming to think about things, let's look and see what we can put in this pocket here. I'll just lay that to one side and get out the things that we printed so I can have a look. Okay, well, there's that, you know, half of that, but it's very similar to what we've just done. There's this, which is nice. You'd certainly see that purple flower at the top. You have to chop it off considerably, but that's okay. I think it still looks kind of all right. There's that one. I'm not happy with having to chop that off. Or there's the nettle, which I like. I like that. I'm going for the nettle. So let's just chop that off on that black line there. No, once again, let's do it from the other side, because we worked out the last time it wasn't quite straight. So, exactly there. Yeah, that's lovely. And the same one that I used before. Thing is with Edith, I mean, you're absolutely spoilt, aren't you, for botanicals? They're just, and they're all just so beautiful. Apart from the snake. Live without the snake, thanks. So there we are. Let's see where we need to cut that off to. About there, I'd say. Let's chop that off. It's a shame to lose some of this nettle, but what can you do? There we go. Right, so let's just try that in there. See what it looks like. Oh, it looks lovely. It's really nice. Right, so let's get that stuck down as well then. Well, let's cut the other one out first, because it'll be dry by now, I think. The only problem is I've lost it. Where are you? Oh, you're here. Right, let's cut this one out first then. Where are my black handled scissors? You don't blame me, who knows? It could be anywhere. Could be anywhere. Okay, that is a tag and a half, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Right, so let's get this stuck on, and then it'll be drying while we're inking the other one up. Okay, I can't guarantee that that last edge was straight, so I'm not putting this against it. I'm putting it against the bottom, which I know is straight. Looks pretty straight, but I just can't guarantee it, so. Okay, we'll just leave that to dry a minute or two while we ink up the first one that we did. Get the blue board. These makeup brushes are well worth it. If you're sitting on the fence regarding whether to buy them or not, they for jobs like this. They're fabulous. You just can't do it. Well, I can't do it with your dauber. And this is giving this that we've just printed out an hour ago a very aged appearance without being over the top, I think. So that's one. Let's chop this one out. Hope it's dry. Lovely. Just going to bring that down a little bit in the centre where I'm going to put an eyelet. So it gets sort of worn a little bit around the eyelet. Forgot to do that with the other one, so I'll do that now. There we go. So yeah, just in the middle where you're going to put your eyelet, like that. Lovely. Right. Very nice. So let's do what we've just been talking about and put an eyelet in. They're lovely. Really, really nice. So let's find the middle. 2, 2, 2, 2. So it's there. Okay. Let's make it there then. And this one. 2, 2, 2, 2. So it's there. I'm counting the grid. I'm counting the grid on my thing. That's why I'm saying 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh dear. Let me just get my crocodile and stuff. Help if I was looking in the right place, of course. And eyelets. And I've got some green ones that I bought specifically for Edith. So, I think I was telling you the other day, I inadvertently ordered them from America, which I try very hard never to do. Well, I ordered them way before Christmas and they've only just arrived. Right, so what colour shall we go for? Mid-green? Yeah, possibly mid-green. I think that would be fine. Need to find a little pot to keep these in, actually. Right, so let's make the hole first. And let's decide where we want the hole to be. Is that where I want it? Yeah, I'd say that's where I want it. So I'll leave the gauge right there, press that in, offer that up to the gauge as well, so it will be the same distance in. There we are. Push that forward. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Finishes it off nicely if you've got the right colour. Aye, let's look at the state of my hands. Honestly. It's that grunge one. It's the black ink. You just can't get it out. Lovely. I really like that. Now then, let's put that away. And see if we've got, no, we've got absolutely no ribbon there. I thought we had some. Let's have a look in the seam binding drawer. See what greens we might have. Oh, we've got that one. That one will do nicely. Need to order some more actually. In fact, tonight I am absolutely, definitely going to order some more. Is that the same colour? Yeah, I think that might do actually. These are all bulb clips. Bulb clips, charm. Oh yes, I'm liking that idea. Hadn't thought about that, but now I have. I like it. I think that's probably enough because I just want to tie a knot really. Not even so much as a bow, I don't think. Although I possibly could get a bow out of there. I'll just push that through with the end of my pencil. I might could get a bow out of that. Give it a try. It's amazing this scrunched stuff, you know, it's much longer than you kind of think it is. I am rubbish at tying bows. Possibly the world's worst bow tire. Do you get that advert in the States about, I think it's Carlsberg, it's some beer or other, possibly the worst, possibly the best beer in the world. I don't know what that looks like, a bit of a show really. A bit of a show. Let's pull these down here a bit. Yeah, I can live with that. I can actually live with that. So I want a similar sort of lens piece, which I think was about there. Push that through. The lady that I get my seam binding of, really, I mean, what I ought to do in reality is order a whole roll of white, but it's so blooming expensive I can't bring myself to do it, so I buy it dyed already from a lady on eBay, and she's most accommodating. She'll either scrunch it for you or leave it unscrunched or whatever. Okay, I think that's all right. Yeah, right, so what charm am I going to add? What's charmingness? Let's have a look and see. I don't have all my charms in one place, more's the pity. So we're going to have a little ferret through and see what we can find. Those are little pink flowers. I think they connect. No, they're just pink flowers, they're nice. And roses. Dragonflies. Well, there's plenty of dragonflies in Edith. What are these? Keys? No. What's in here? Oh, blimey, all sorts of everything. I don't know, nothing's floating my boat. Oh, they're connectors. They've got a loop on the top and the bottom. Quite like those little pink ones though that I found. Oh, there's some silver flowers. They're nice. Leave them out, like them. And what's this? Silver dragonflies. They might be. Where are those flowers that I found first off? Is it these ones? Oh no, but they're nice. Connectors. These ones here. Let's have a look at these. See what these are like. They are definitely all roses, so I don't want them for this project. But these little pink flowers I really like. Little pink flower and a dainty dragon. Now one's gold and one's silver. I can't do that. Okay. There's all sorts of everything in here. Blimey. Look at this box here of charms. Talk about grunge. Yeah. They need to go right in the grunge drawer right now. Because I forget about them. Any more? Any more? Any more? Not really. Right. Okay, so definitely want one of these silver dragonflies because they're lovely. Yeah, they're really nice. And not sure exactly how you get into here. Like this. That's how. And oh, look. Got 3 different coloured greens. This one's metallic. I don't want that. That's not right. That one's like a sage one. I think this one actually is better for us on this project. I don't even remember ordering these. Sure of yeah, it goes with the eyelet. Thank you. Yeah, so let's pop that onto there. I don't know if I need to put this on a jump ring or not. I'll think about it. Like that. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to have to put it on a jump ring. But anyway, for the time being, that's that. And I don't know if these silver flowers are too big. Oh, they're not that heavy. They are actually quite nice. Well, they're very nice. I'll go with that for the time being, although I'm not saying that is how it will be the next time you see it. I may have changed some things up. Let's pop that onto there. Then onto there. At least these are sharp, these blooming bulb clips. The last ones I got, honestly, I couldn't get them through anything. So right, that's that. I think we're going to need, yes, we are. They're round, they open, jump ring. Jump ring, jump ring. Right, so let's pop these into, oh, I haven't inked the back after all that. Never mind, I'll get that done. It's not going to spoil what we've done today. So that's going to go into there, like that, very nice. Little dragonfly, and this is going to go into here, like that, very nice. Little flower, I like that flower a lot. So there we are, we've actually, after all this, we've finally just got the back pages, the base, let's call it, done. So that's what we've got done, this section here. So when you see me again, we'll be putting these 2 envelopes on, and then that's pretty much it really. We will have achieved that. So there we go. Thanks for joining me. It's seemed to have spent a long time and not got a whole heck of a lot done, but we've tried things out, inking and stuff and what have you. So yeah, I need to put those on the jump ring, which is going to annoy me otherwise. So I'll see you very, very soon, and we'll carry on with more of the same. Thanks now. Take care. Bye.